So let's start off with Napheesa Collier. So Napheesa Collier, aka Fee, is in her second Olympics. She won the gold in Tokyo in 2021, and she also participated in the Olympic qualifying tournament that happened earlier this year, and in that tournament that took place in February, actually in Belgium, she averaged 19 points a game, 4.7 rebounds a game. So she's great. Napheesa Collier is great. She is a player who can try to contend for MVP any season when it comes to the WNBA. Though this season it's going to A'ja Wilson. Napheesa Collier is a post player who is a post player, but she's short, but she's still a big body, but she's short. She's 6'1". She's a post player who can basically play like a guard. She can shoot threes. She can shoot long jumpers. She can take you at the basket. Even though she is short for a post, it's not much of a liability for her. And a lot of times fans don't even realize how short she is until they see her in person, because she plays big. She plays big, but she's not very big. But the thing to talk about when it comes to Napheesa Collier is how healthy is she? Okay, that is the massive question in our minds. How healthy is Napheesa Collier? The reason why I asked that is because she's missed the last several weeks of the WNBA season. She missed due to dealing with plantar fasciitis. She is a top post player when she's healthy. We saw her in the All-Star game for Team USA. We also saw her in that game against Belgium, in the game against Germany for the exhibition game that we saw earlier this past week. And in those games, Napheesa Collier was blah. She didn't do much, to be quite honest with you. In the game against the WNBA All-Stars, Napheesa Collier was there and whatnot, but at the end of the day, she didn't really do much, mainly because she barely played. She only played 2 minutes in that game against in the All-Star game against the WNBA. She played a lot more in the exhibition game against Germany, but even in that Germany game, she started, and her defense I thought was fine. Her defense was fine to me, but she wasn't really contributing much on offense. And it makes me wonder, like, sure, she was able to help the team out and whatnot, but if Team USA needs you to score, are you healthy enough to score and make some stuff happen? I think that's like the giant question I have. Will Fee be fine for the Olympics? Probably, but it is a worry that we haven't really seen her play much. We haven't. She was injured. She comes back, doesn't play that much in the All-Star game. She plays a good amount in the Germany game, but not a ton to say. So it's concerning. However, I do want to make a correlation actually to the men's team with the fact that Kevin Durant was a player who missed all the exhibition games for Team USA leading up to the Olympics. And Kevin Durant absolutely dominated today. So the reason why I say that is to say that yes, Napheesa Collier was hurt, and in the 2 games played okay. That does not mean that she's not going to dominate in the Olympics, because we just saw what Kevin Durant did today. He played out of his mind today, and so that same thing Napheesa Collier can do. It just depends on if we're actually going to see it or not. That's the thing. Does Team USA need Napheesa Collier to score a lot? No, but if A'ja Wilson has an off night or goes down or something, you need Napheesa to show up and show out. So that's the thing. That's Napheesa Collier. Really, really good player when she's healthy. The question mark is, how healthy is she dealing with this plantar fasciitis? That is the big thing. Lindy said you cannot compare anyone to Durant. I mean, yes, she's not like Durant in terms of her play or whatever. But I'm just saying that it's possible because he didn't participate in anything. I mean, he was with the team, but he didn't participate in the games, and so there was a question mark in terms of like, okay, well, how is he gonna look? And he looked great. So I'm just saying it's possible that we could see a similar type of thing. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on with the players. We have next up we have Kalia Copper. Kalia Copper plays for the Phoenix Mercury. She is a slasher guard. She is a guard who can get to the basket as many times as possible. This is going to be her Olympic debut in this year's Olympics. This is the first time that she's representing the country on the Olympic stage, and that's a big deal for her. That is a huge deal for her. She was on the 2022 FIBA Women's World Cup team and won the gold with Team USA. And she also played in the Olympic qualifying tournament as well. The thing about Kalia Copper is she is a bona fide scorer, ladies and gentlemen. Kalia Copper can make anything happen. She right now is second in the WNBA when it comes to points per game, averaging 23.2 points a game, shooting 45% from the field. She has a three-point shot. She is not afraid to take it. And when it comes to a player like a Kalia Copper, she's going to make some stuff happen. She's absolutely going to make some stuff happen. But the thing about it is trying to figure out exactly what her role is on this team. I think that's going to be pretty interesting because in the game against Germany, Ka, barely played. We'll see ultimately what her role is. Now I do think that in the event that a lot of the starting guards for the Team USA, if they don't show up to play, I think Cheryl Reeve, she does have somebody in the back pocket that can come in and give them some minutes. The question is, how much is Kai actually going to play? I don't think she's going to play much. I think she's probably going to, be on the bench quite a bit. Should she be? No. I'm gonna talk about some players that should probably get less minutes and she should get more. But yeah. Kalia Copper is fantastic. It just is the fact that I don't know if she's actually going to play. I think it's possible that Ka plays in, one or two games in the Olympics. Can she and should she play in all of them and be a big factor in all of them? Yes. I just don't think she's really going to get playing time. Like I just don't really see it right now. Unless the guards stink it up so bad that Cheryl Reeve has to bring Kalia Copper in. That's sort of my thoughts on that one. But, Ka's great. We'll see ultimately how she plays. All right, next up we have Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray, the point guard. She is back and healthy. This is going to be her second Olympic appearance. She plays for the Las Vegas Aces. She's a really good point guard. A really, really, really good point guard. She has been injured for a very, very long time. She got injured this past WNBA season in the finals, and she just got healthy several weeks ago. All right. She's played for the Las Vegas Aces this year. Though when the announcement was made about the rosters for Team USA, she was not healthy at that moment, but she's healthy, ready to go. The thing about Chelsea Gray is, yes, she is still really, really good. However, she's not the same player that she used to be yet. Now, I still do believe, that she is a fantastic player. However, I think that Cheryl Reeve is going to need to play her less minutes. Against Germany, Chelsea Gray only had she had played 16 minutes in that game. Ultimately finished with 6 points, 3 assists. In that game, or for the season so far. Chelsea Gray in the WNBA is trying to get back to her normal form, but again, she's not the same player that she used to be. And I think that it would behoove Team USA. Right now she is the starting point guard for Team USA, and she's great, absolutely. However, I really do think that Team USA should consider making a change at the point guard position. For the starting point guard position. I still think she has a whole lot to offer the squad, but right now, I do like the idea of Chelsea Gray coming off the bench. Yes, she's still a great point guard, but yeah. Francis says, if only there was a backup point guard. Francis, I have a backup point guard for you. All right, she's not a traditional point guard, but I think she can do it. That is Sabrina Ionescu. Okay, so Sabrina Ionescu is the player that I would love to see run the point consistently for Team USA. All right, and before y'all flame me in the comments, before y'all be like, what? Sabrina Ionescu, really? Yes, Sabrina Ionescu. That's who who I would love to see as the point guard for this team. So it'll be Sabrina Ionescu and Chelsea Gray playing the point guard position. Yes, Jackie Young can do it a little bit here and there, but Sabrina and Chelsea, I think that would be a great tandem for the point guard position. And when, if Chelsea Gray is not in tip-top shape right now, boom, put in Sabrina Ionescu at the point guard position. I would love to see at least one game in the group stage. One game. I don't care which one it is. I don't care if it's against Japan, Belgium, Germany. I don't care. One game with Sabrina Ionescu as a starting point guard. Because I actually really do think she's a good point guard. I really do. I think she has developed a lot this year. And I think a lot of people are not paying attention to it. But because I've watched most of the New York Liberty's games, I've seen what Sabrina Ionescu can do as a point guard, and I think she can do it. This is going to be Sabrina's first Olympics, so she's gonna show up and show out, and I thought she's gonna be. I think she's gonna be good. I think she's really gonna be good. Now, the thing to note about Sabrina is Sabrina is doing really well in the WNBA. Right now, this season, she's averaging 19.8 points a game. When it comes to assists, guys, Sabrina Ionescu is averaging 6.1 assists per game. Now, if you want to talk about where that ranks in the WNBA, she's 5th in the WNBA in assists per game. 5th, okay? It's Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas, Natasha Cloud, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and Sabrina Ionescu. I think a lot of people sleep on Sabrina. I think she has a lot of court vision. And the reason why she has so many assists this year, the reason why she sort of made that leap is because she had to play without Courtney Vandersloot for a long time. So for a good portion of the season, Courtney Vandersloot was not with the New York Liberty. And Sabrina stepped up. She stepped up in terms of running the offense, making good decisions. And I was thoroughly impressed. I thought her passing heavily improved. I thought her defense improved. I think her ability to get to the paint and feel comfortable with more mid-range shots and taking it against the trees in the paint, I thought that got a lot better too. So to me, I have Sabrina Ionescu as the second point guard for this team. Yes, Sabrina is technically, she's a shooting guard. Yeah, that's her position. She's a shooting guard. However, she can do it. She can run Team USA at the point guard position. I believe that she would do a fantastic job. I really do. Sure, will she make mistakes? Yes. However, I think that's the best shot that Team USA has. Right now, the only true point guard you have is Chelsea Gray. But I don't think Chelsea Gray is fully there yet. So she can't play a full game. There's going to be times where she's inefficient. So bring in Sabrina Ionescu. Give her a shot. Give her one game to start in the Group C play before we really get started, because you're going to need her. You're going to need her. All right. So I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. I know she doesn't get a lot of attention. She used to get a lot when she was a rookie. Now she doesn't get it. I think a lot of people aren't checking for her, and I think she's really, really good. She's improved a lot. She's still not, where she could be, but I think she absolutely can rock the point guard position for Team USA. So that's who I have in terms of a player that needs to be getting a lot of minutes for Team USA. All right. Again, is she going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Yes, she will. However, she's still going to, I think, bring a good spark for the team, because she can do a lot. She can pass the ball. She can shoot the ball. She can take care of it. So that's my thoughts right there. So that's who I have as the second point guard for this team. And also, she can play a shooting guard role as well. All right, next up, we have another guard. We got Jewell Lloyd. So Jewell Lloyd is with the Seattle Storm. She is a straight up baller. This is going to be her second Olympics. She can shoot. like Jewell Lloyd can straight up shoot. This year her numbers are down in the WNBA. The reason why is because she has a lot more talent with her, so she's not scoring as much as she used to. She's still scoring a lot, but not as many points as she used to have. So far in the WNBA, she's averaging 20.1 points a game. Jewell Lloyd is a shot taker. All right, you can look at that. You can look at that game against Germany. Jewell Lloyd came off the bench, crazy efficient. She had 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field. Jewell Lloyd is going to be a key player for Team USA. She started in the game, in the All-Star game. She came off the bench in the game against Germany, and I think it's going to be critical for Jewell Lloyd to show up and show out, and I think she will. I believe she's going to have a really, really big year in the WNBA. I keep saying in the WNBA, in the Olympics, guys. She's going to have a really good year in the Olympics. I think it's going to be really, really fun to watch. Let's see. Ten Commandments says, when Lloyd is blazing, give her the ball and get out the way. Yes. Yeah. When Jewell Lloyd gets going, yeah, she really gets going. She really does get going. Guys, if y'all could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, that'd be really, really awesome. Please hit that like button. That really does help more people find the channel. Also, if y'all could, please subscribe to this channel. We have just hit 20,000 subscribers. Thank you. For that. If y'all have not subscribed, though, please subscribe. We are on our road to 30,000 subscribers, which is a crazy huge number. So we'll see if we'll ever get there. But yeah. But that is what we're doing. We're on the road to 30K. All right. Let's see. Shout out to LSU Tiger 2. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says, what up, Quita? Joining the chat late, but Team USA are huge favorites to win gold according to Vegas. Should dominate. Sure, should, but the question is, just because you should and are the best team with the best players in the world doesn't mean you will necessarily. And so this is sort of like a conversation for us, sort of talking through this Team USA roster, talking about what they're going to face, and also ultimately what's going to happen in this game, or in this Olympics. Okay. Lindy says, my concern is that these players are good with their teams and individual, but not good with each other. Yeah, because they haven't had that much time. They haven't had that much time to come together and work out everything. We've seen 2 games so far for Team USA in the last couple of weeks. The All-Star game was not very good. It was Brianna Stewart, A'ja Wilson, and that was about it for Team USA. Though, yeah. So we had the Germany game, and they looked better, but also Germany wasn't that good. So that's a thing. So yeah, they're still trying to figure it out. And I think the game against Belgium really is going to be this sort of barometer for Team USA. And we'll talk about that Belgium game in particular in a little bit. All right, let's continue on down our trek, looking at all of the players on the roster. Now, guys, let's talk about Kelsey Plum. Now, Kelsey Plum, I think she's a really good shooter at times. She is averaging 18.4 points a game in the W right now. She shoots well. She shoots 41% from the field. So in the W, Kelsey Plum is great. However, I do believe that she may be in a situation to fail with Team USA. And the reason why I say that is because when we look at how she was played, and like what spot she played, she came in and played with. So for example, the Germany game. So the Germany game, Team USA won that game. However, Kelsey Plum was terrible in that game. The reason why is because they had her playing the point guard position, and it made no sense. It absolutely made no sense. So Kelsey Plum has played point at times for the Vegas Aces when before Chelsea Gray came in. But I think for Team USA, Kelsey Plum should not be taking the ball up the court. She should not be, because they're going to steal the ball from her. All right, they're gonna steal it. Yes, Kelsey Plum can shoot. She can sometimes get to the basket and whatnot. However, stop playing players in the wrong position. If you need another point guard, Sabrina Ionescu is right there. Do not play Kelsey Plum at the point guard position, because it is a recipe for failure. I don't know how many of y'all watched that Germany game, but I was watching it and I was like, take Kelsey Plum out the game. What are you doing? Because when you're looking at the international game, they are getting after the ball handler. They're getting after you. So you got to make sure your handles are on point. Yeah, you got to make sure you are ensuring that that you don't get the ball stolen. Because there was one time where she was dribbling the ball down the court, got the ball stolen, and then fouled the girl because the girl's about to go down the court and go on a fast break. That type of stuff happens in international play because Kelsey was like, oh, she fouled me, but international play that wasn't a foul, but then Kelsey ended up fouling her afterwards. So do not play Kelsey Plum at the point guard position. Kelsey Plum is a good asset for Team USA, but only if you use her in the right way. 3-point assassin. That's her role. All right. Her role is 3-point shooter. That's her role. All right. Sure. Yeah, she can pass a little bit. She can play make a little bit, but that shouldn't be her main thing. That shouldn't be her main thing. I just I'm just saying, guys. I am just saying. I like Kelsey Plum a lot. I think she's very, very talented. However, these players, yes, Vera, Team USA did beat Germany. Vera, yes, Team USA did beat Germany. That final score was 84 USA, 57 Germany. Okay, so they did beat them. But Germany is not as good as the teams that Team USA is about to really be playing in this Olympic. All right, Germany's not as good as Belgium. They're not as good as France. They're not as good as Australia. I don't even know if they're as good as Japan. I don't even think they're as good as Japan. So if you thought that was a test, she's you can't keep playing her at the point guard position. She's gonna get destroyed every single time. Play her as a shooting guard. That's what she is. All right. Play her as a shooting guard, and don't have her defend the best shooter on the other team. Don't have her do that, because that'll be a failure. All right. So that's kind of my thoughts right there. I think it's important for us to remember that it's not just about how individually good players are, because Kelsey Plum is very talented. That's not the issue. It's putting players in the right spots at the right time. Okay? That's what it's all about. Putting them in the right spots at the right time. Because if you don't, you're going to make a good player look terrible. Like you are. You absolutely are. Like, man. Yeah, because she knew she was thinking it up. She knew. Darius, the first game is on Monday, which is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. 3 p.m. Eastern time on USA Network. There we go, USA Network. All right. So yeah, that's a thing. Ed, Caitlin is not at the Olympics. She's not. So it doesn't matter. It just, she's not there. Okay. All right. So let's please concentrate on the players who are actually at the Olympics. Okay. Please. All right. Please. Thank you. Okay. let's continue on talking about these players. Let's continue on. Because we're gonna finish up the guards and then we're gonna move on to the remaining post players. All right. So let's talk about the 42-year-old Diana Taurasi. All right. So Diana Taurasi is just like, it's just amazing. The fact that she is in yet another Olympic Games, and she's still absolutely doing her thing. So she is going to appear in her 6th Olympics. Yeah, she's the first USA basketball player to ever do this, to ever appear in 6 Olympics. All right. She has the most basketball games in U.S. Olympian history with 38. She is also 2nd all-time in points scored for the U.S. She is just a lot of whole other stuff. Lots of whole other stats and all this other stuff when you talk about Diana Taurasi and what she has done for Team USA. It's a lot. But how has she been lately? Well, when it comes to the WNBA, she's scoring some points. She's absolutely scoring some points. She is averaging 16.1 points a game so far in the WNBA. And she's rocking out. She's absolutely rocking out in that arena. When it comes to passing the ball, she is averaging 2.6 assists per game. When we talk about Diana Taurasi, her role for Team USA is 3-point shooting. That is her role. That is all you need to focus on when it comes to Diana Taurasi. 3-point shooting and leadership. That's it. Okay? That is her role. It seems like she understands that through looking at the All-Star game and how she performed there, looking at the Germany game and how she performed there. Truly, the key for her is 3-point shooting, leadership. Can she get to the basket sometimes? Yes. Can she hit mid-range shots sometimes? Yes. But your core is 3-point shooting. Personally, I don't have much of an issue with Diana Taurasi starting. So she started in that first game against Team USA or against Team WNBA. Also, when we saw that Germany game, she also started. I thought she gave them fine minutes. I thought she was productive. She was productive. She was one of the most productive guards. For Team USA, to be quite honest with you. And that's what you need. You need production and you need leadership from her. So hey, you can't knock her for what she's doing. She's making some stuff happen. Tim T8 says those who say leadership are tripping. These players don't care what she says. Actually, they do. Actually, I don't know, Tim. I don't know if you watch interviews at all of the players, but watch interviews. Watch interviews of Team USA players when they're asked about Diana Taurasi, and listen to what they say. She's a bona fide leader for this team. They listen to what she says. They 100% do. Either that or they're lying, which I don't think they are. In basically every single interview I've heard when Diana Taurasi is asked about, it's like they appreciate her. There is a leadership factor that she has. Even if you don't like her, even if you don't like her, there is a leadership factor that she has, and the players on Team USA know that. The coaching on Team USA know that. Everybody, well, not everybody, exaggeration. Most players on Team USA have been asked about Diana Taurasi, and they've had nothing but glowing stuff to say. They all appreciate her leadership, and a lot of them view her as a role model. So Tim, I don't know. And also Tim says what they say and what they do is different. What are they doing that shows that they don't Diana Taurasi's not a leader? What are they doing that shows that? Do you just feel that way, or what are you seeing? Because from what I have heard them say and what I have seen is that they respect her, they listen to her, and they take notes. So I don't know, Tim. I don't know, because there's no evidence. There's no evidence, y'all. There's no evidence for what Tim is claiming. Diana Taurasi is a bona fide leader for the squad. She is. Okay? She knows what she's doing. She's been around forever. This is going to be her last Olympics. Yes, I do think that everybody who says she shouldn't be at this Olympics, I understand. You got a point. Sure. But she is productive. Okay? She has been productive in the All-Star game. She's been productive in the Germany game, and she's been one of the best guards that they've had so far. Okay? She knows her role, 3-point shooting, and leadership. That's about it. And that's all they need from her. They don't need the Diana Taurasi of old that's gonna get you like 20-something points. They don't need that. They need the DT that'll shoot a couple threes, give you 10, 12 points, and that's about it. Start you off right, and that's about it. That's what they need. All right. So yeah, I just think, guys, I think sometimes people are like not rational when it comes to Diana Taurasi. All right. I think people are not rational. So I'm just saying, guys. I am just saying. If it's a boring game, dude, why what you here? I don't get it. Anyway, let's continue. I think we will likely see Diana Taurasi in the starting lineup for most of the games. So be prepared for that. She's going to be in the starting lineup for most of them. Not every single game, I don't believe, but for most of the games, I think she's going to do it. I think she's going to be starting. So get ready for DT. All right, let's continue on. All right, let's continue on talking about the Team USA players, and we're going to continue on with the last guard that we want to talk about, and that is Jackie Young. For some reason, I couldn't find like one of those half body shots as everybody else, so I just got her headshot. But anyway, Jackie Young is the fourth player from the Las Vegas Aces on the team on Team USA. When Jackie Young, I think Jackie Young is sort of like a Swiss Army knife. I think Jackie Young is one of those players that can kind of do anything. This is going to be her second Olympics. This is going to be the first time that she's going to be on the 5-on-5 team. She was on the 3x3 team last Olympics, and she won the gold there. And she's a really good player. She plays for again the Las Vegas Aces. Jackie, she's very productive. She's averaging 18.5 points a game, 45% from the field. She is a player who is one of the I would say one of the best defenders for Team USA, for sure. One of the best defenders. She also is a player who can shoot a three. She can get to the basket. She can get mid-range shots. She can kind of do a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything is Jackie Young. And I really actually do think that 3x3 really did help her to sort of be like a Swiss Army knife type of player. I really do. I think in general, 3x3 is very helpful for the development of guards in particular, because it forces them to, work out a whole bunch of stuff for post players too, but really for guards. I think that Jackie Young is going to be critical for this team. Absolutely critical. Now, the thing is, it's just trying to figure out, okay, well, what role is she playing on this team? Like, what is she the defender? If you got another player cooking on the other team, is she gonna come in and sit down on that player and stop him? Is she the scorer that you want her to be? Because if you want her to shoot threes, she can do that. But I guess it's just a question of what exactly does Cheryl Reeve want from Jackie Young. That's the thing. What does Cheryl Reeve want? Jackie Young is 6 foot tall. I saw a question about that. She is 6 foot tall. Rena says, would you say Jackie Young and A. Gray, I assume you mean Alicia Gray, have a similar game? Yes. Yeah, they have a similar game. I would say, though, that, yeah, it is a similar game. It is a similar game, but I would say Jackie Young is a better defender. And I believe that I think Jackie Young is like a better shot taker. Though that 3-point challenge at the All-Star game, yeah, it showed that Alicia Gray she light that thing up from 3. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Vera says, I thought Chelsea Gray was the point guard. Chelsea Gray is the point guard. She is technically the only true point guard on this roster. But I was stating earlier that, in my opinion, Sabrina Ionescu should be considered should be considered the other point guard for this team. So her leading the squad and playing that point guard role, because I believe she can do it, and then she can do it well. She's proven that she can do it with the Liberty, and I think she can do it for the Olympics. Jackie Young is another player that can slot in that point guard position if you need her to. So to me, the pecking order should be Chelsea, Sabrina, Jackie at that point guard position. Though Jackie can move. Jackie can play the 1, the 2, or the 3. Again, Swiss Army knife. She is Leslie. You are absolutely right. Leslie is 100% right. Jackie Young is 6 foot of pure muscle. Yes, she can play the point. She can handle the pressure. She's in my opinion, way better ball handler than Kelsey Plum. Way better. So if you need another point guard, Jackie Young. All right. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. I think Jackie Young is more helpful for Team USA, not at the point guard position. But if you need her to do it, she can do it. But I think she's actually way better at the small forward position for Team USA. I think she's way better at that position. So yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing. All right, so we went through all of the post players. I mean, all the guards, and now let's talk about some of the post players. But actually first. Let's get to some of y'all comments. Rocket says, how did Chelsea get picked? I mean, she got picked because she's, the best point guard in the WNBA. She's the best American point guard. She is. They picked her even though she was injured, because they're like, hey, she's going to be back. And she's going to be back to where she used to be. She's going to be fine. She's not necessarily where she was last year. But yeah, they went with her because her track record shows that she is fantastic. Again, a healthy Chelsea Gray. Oh, you can't really stop her. You can't really stop her, a healthy Chelsea Gray. So they picked her. knowing that she was going to return back to her squad in the Aces and that she was going to be ready for the Olympics. And, they were hoping that she'd be all good to go. Let's see. Let's see what y'all have to say. Self-Made Rich said, I think Sabrina is better than Plum. In my opinion, this year, yes. I don't know. I don't know how you could say Plum is better than Sabrina this year. Like, I just don't see it. Like, how? I mean, you could look at how they both play for their respective teams. I'm not saying that Kelsey Plum isn't good. Kelsey Plum is really good too. But I think that Sabrina Ionescu has been better. Absolutely, Sabrina Ionescu has been better. So you gotta give her that. You gotta give her that. You got to give her that. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to talk about, in my opinion, the most important player for Team USA, and that is A'ja Wilson. So A'ja Wilson is fantastic. I mean, I don't know what else to say about her. She is, in my opinion, the greatest player in the world right now. She is. She's the greatest player in the world. This is going to be her second Olympics. And she's about to make it happen. She was the MVP for the 2022 FIBA Women's World Cup that happened in Sydney. She also plays for the Las Vegas Aces. She is in the lead right now for MVP on the season so far. A'ja Wilson is just, I don't know, man. Like, she's just dominant. She leads the WNBA in points per game at 27.2 points a game. Just shy of averaging 10 defensive rebounds a game. She's averaging 9.8 defensive rebounds a game. Total, she's averaging 12 rebounds a game. She can pass the ball well. She can block your shot. She's also really, really crafty at sort of stealing the ball as well from her defenders. She is the X factor. She's the most important player for Team USA, and I believe she's going to help them win the gold. In that game against Germany, A'ja had a double-double, 19 points, 14 rebounds, and she had a double-double. I believe it was by halftime. She had a double-double. I believe it was by halftime. She was so good. And you can't stop her. Like, you just can't. And it's one of those things where when you talk about just like someone is just totally dominant, that sounds like A'ja Wilson to me. Sounds like A'ja Wilson to me. She is absolutely dominant. You can't really stop her. You can't. So we'll see. We'll ultimately see how she does, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Self-Made Rich says A'ja's the best. No one has anything negative to say about her. I've heard a lot of people say some bad stuff, some bad stuff about her, some negative stuff about her. But yeah, she's on the basketball court. She's dominant. Yeah. Vera says MVP 2024. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Southern says A'ja is great, but I love the way Arike plays. Yeah, Arike is great too. Yeah. Arike is fantastic too. But I don't know. A'ja Wilson, she's about to be A'ja Wilson in this tournament. All right. She about to dominate. She about to do her thing, and it's gonna be very obvious about who the best player in the world is. Francis says it's A'ja's world, and we are all just living in it. Drew says consistent and girl version of Tim Duncan. That is a huge compliment, Drew. That is a huge compliment because, like, y'all, Tim Duncan was like, I don't think Tim Duncan ever got the respect for how good he was. Like, I don't think he ever did because he was just totally dominant. Absolutely. JB says A'ja has been an unstoppable force this year. It's been a treat to watch. I don't know if we'll see this kind of season anytime soon. Yeah, we might not. So yeah, guys, there's nothing else to say. A'ja Wilson is the number one factor for Team USA. She is the number one option. She is the number one option on both offense and when it comes to post defense as well. Asia's Asia. She about to do her thing, and we about to see an epic run. We about to see an epic run from Asia Wilson. That's all I got to say. I have nothing critical to say because what is there to say? There's nothing really to say critical about it because she just is dominant. The only thing is, so far we have seen Asia be the number one factor for Team USA, but the thing is, like, are we going to see a lot of plays run for her? Should be. But if we don't, then, we may see some problems. All right. So let's continue on. To another epic post player, and that is Stewie. Brianna Stewart is, we talk about Asia Wilson, and Asia Wilson is yes, absolutely flat out fantastic, but so is Brianna Stewart. Y'all, Brianna Stewart, she is the reigning MVP in the WNBA. This is going to be her third Olympics. And she about to make some stuff happen, guys. She about to make some stuff happen. I think she's going to be a huge factor for Team USA as well. And she's about to make some stuff happen. So 19.3 points a game for the WNBA so far. She's averaging 9 rebounds a game, 4 assists per game. She can sometimes shoot the three pretty decently. Though overall she's not like a 3-point shooter, but she can sometimes hit those shots. Though Asia's a better 3-point shooter overall than Stewie is, mainly because Stewie, yeah. Anyway, but Stewie takes more 3-pointers than Asia, but Asia has a better percentage than Stewie. But Brianna Stewart can do a little bit of everything. She can absolutely take you on a dribble. She can turn and face, pull up jumper. She can back you down to the basket. She can get you to the basket. She is just, she's Stewie. Like she's just Stewie. She also can play some defense as well. Okay. So it's not like she's just offense only. But yeah, I think the 1-2 punch of Brianna Stewart and Asia, man, you better worry. You better worry. TD says Stewie is good, just inconsistent. Sometimes Stewie can be inconsistent. Yes, sometimes she can be. And that's and the reason why I say Asia is the number one option is because it seems like Asia almost always shows up. Like it's just a thing. She almost always just absolutely dominates. I think I saw a comment in terms of like where is Stewie inconsistent. I do think there are some times where she can be absolutely dominant, and then she could also have like just regular mundane games where she could score like 30 points a game, and next game she could score like 13 points a game. She still is, in my opinion, the third best player in the WNBA. To me right now, it is Asia, Nafisa, if Nafisa's healthy. That's the thing. If Nafisa's healthy, and Stewie. Brianna Stewart is fantastic. She really is. She is not as consistent as Asia Wilson because Asia Wilson's playing out of her mind. She's playing out of her mind. So, but Stewie is a huge factor for Team USA. I do think that the number one option is Asia Wilson. But yes, if she gets doubled, if she gets in foul trouble or whatever, Stewie's right there. And Stewie is right there, and she's gonna make some stuff happen. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. Let's see what you all have to say. You are 100% right. You are 100% right, Lindy. You cannot win the game with just one person. I completely agree with that. Yes. All right. Let's talk about the last two post players, and then we are gonna answer the question. Okay. Will Team USA win the gold? All right. So let's talk about Brittney Griner. So Brittney Griner has been with Team USA for a long, 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 long while. She is a three-time. She's now a three-time Olympian. She plays for the Phoenix Mercury. Brittney Griner's, she's cool. I think she's cool. She's averaging 18.6 points a game in the W, 6.4 rebounds a game. The thing about it is, I don't think Brittney Griner is gonna really play this Olympics. I don't. Now we'll see. We will absolutely see. But I don't think she's really gonna play. I think yeah, I just don't think she's really gonna play. I don't think she's like as healthy as we initially thought she was coming into the Olympics. So that's the thing. We'll see. I think we'll see, but ultimately, I don't know. I don't see Brittney Griner being like a huge factor in the Olympics. Can she be? Absolutely. She's crazy tall. She's 6'9". You can't teach height. I mean, she last Olympics, Brittney Griner had 30 points in the gold medal game. Yeah, I talked about it earlier. Brittney Griner can be absolutely dominant. However, I don't think she's really going to play this year. Like, I don't. I don't anticipate her playing much. All right. I don't. I mean, I think it's possible that she could even just ride the bench the entire Olympics. That's my thoughts for Brittney Griner. Yeah, I don't think she's healthy, which is like interesting, because she's in Paris, but yeah, I don't think she's healthy. A thing to note is that in May she had a toe fracture in May, and she was ruled out indefinitely. She ended up being with Team USA, and she's in Paris, right? She's going to be ready to go, but I don't think she's playing. I don't think she's really gonna play. I don't. We'll see. we will absolutely see, but I don't think she's really gonna play. So yeah, she has a toe thing. She's also I believe dealing with the hip issue as well. So yeah, we about to see. We are about to see if she actually plays. I don't think she will. So I'm forewarning, like, don't be surprised if she doesn't play. If she plays, great. I'm happy. But I'm not banking on Brittney Griner playing really at all in the Olympics. So yeah, that's the thing. All right. So yeah, that's Brittney Griner. I think she's gonna ride the bench for the most part, for the Olympics, and just be an awesome teammate from the bench. I think that's probably what we're gonna see. All right. Now going to the final post player, in my opinion, second to Jewell Lloyd, the most important bench player for Team USA that may possibly need to have a starting role at some point in this Olympics, and that is Alyssa Thomas, guys. Alyssa Thomas they call her the engine, they call her the locomotive. I don't know, whatever you want to call her. She is fantastic. She is a point forward that plays for the Connecticut Sun. She's just really, really good. This is going to be her first Olympics that she's going to play in. She was on the 2022 FIBA World Cup team when Team USA won the gold. When we talk about Alyssa Thomas, she's just fantastic. She's averaging 11.4 points a game in the W. And if you're like, who cares? 11.4 points a game, that's nothing. Okay. Let me tell you the rebounds that she's doing. 9.2 rebounds a game, 7.6 assists per game. Yeah, you heard me. I said 7.6. She's second in the WNBA in assists. She is a point forward. And I think a lot of people, y'all better watch out for her. TD says Thomas has a bad shoulder. She actually has two bad shoulders. She has torn labrums in her shoulders. And she still plays because she doesn't want to get surgery. She doesn't want to get surgery until after she retires. But I tell you this, Alyssa Thomas is the only player I have ever seen in my life that is absolutely dominant while injured. She ain't got a shot worth nothing. that girl can't shoot. She got a little shot put shot that looks terrible. But I tell you this much, she's dangerous on the court. I'd say that much. She's averaging 52% from the field. She is a player who knows her limitations and works around them. So if y'all notice, especially in that game against Germany, she didn't. Alyssa Thomas, she wasn't doing her shot put shot like that. She was passing that ball, getting her teammates involved. She ultimately finished that Germany game with 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 8 points. I think she is going to be absolutely critical for Team USA. Absolutely critical. It's going to be Alyssa Thomas, because not only can Alyssa Thomas be a regular post player for you, she also can pass the ball crazy well. Absolutely pass the ball crazy well. She is now, guys, the reason why I was saying that, Chelsea Gray is the point guard, Sabrina Ionescu should be the second point guard, that type of stuff, is because in the Olympics, I actually don't. I don't think Alyssa Thomas is the player who should be taking down the ball for Team USA in the Olympics as the point guard. But I do think that once we get into the half court setting, giving AT the ball and saying, AT, do what you do. Decide what you want to do. If you want to pass the ball, if you want to take your man on the dribble, like what do you want to do? You do you, and we're gonna follow. Like, that's the type of player that Alyssa Thomas can be for Team USA. She can come off the bench and just dominate for you. And I think that coming off the bench is probably her best role, though she can start for Team USA. But again, don't be fooled by her jacked up shoulders, okay? Don't be fooled, okay? She's absolutely dominant. She is. And if you watch her play, all right, don't just look at points per game. Don't just look at points per game and be like, oh, she sucks. She's only averaging 11 points a game. No, watch her play. And then you'll see how good of a player she is. All right? Patrice says she's wild for playing injury. Yeah, I mean, it works for her, though. It works for her. It works for her. Neek says AT knows the difference between making a shot and making a play. She knows when to dominate versus when to contribute. May not get much playing time, but will definitely make a difference while on the court. Neek, I actually think she's going to get a lot of playing time, to be honest with you. I think she's going to get a lot of playing time. Because for the post players, because I believe that Brittney Griner will not play much at all, it's Asia, it's Stewie, it's Nafisa, and it's going to be AT. AT's going to get I think AT's going to get a lot of minutes. I think she's going to get a lot of minutes. I really do. Paris says she's a playmaker and a hustler. Facts. And she's perfect for the international game. Because the international game, guys, is physical. Crazy physical. And one of the most physicalest players in the WNBA is AT. Some call her dirty and whatnot of a player or whatever, but she's in the international space, she's perfect for it because they don't call as many fouls as the WNBA calls. All right, they don't call as many fouls at all. So that is something to note. All right. Dansky says AT has high basketball IQ and she is a beast on defense. Facts. All right. So we've gone through all the players for Team USA, and I've kind of talked through my thoughts about whether or not they're going to play a lot, like what their role is on this team and all that good stuff. So hopefully you all now have a better sense of who these players are and what they're all about.